part of the Daily News Network. I'm Brian Sexton, and I'm thrilled today to introduce you to Dawn Brady from Essential Bookkeeping Solutions. Now look, Dawn, I understand you probably started your career with a big firm, but you
Yes.
obviously have gone off on your own. What tempted you to become an independent businesswoman?
It was my clients.
Okay.
So they would call and they would wait till like the very last second because it was all hourly.
Okay.
It's every second counted. And so I wouldn't be able to fix the problem because they called in December or January and then we should have fixed this in October, September, June. And so it would take twice as much time
Right.
to fix it in January or February. So
Which is a busy time for
which is
anybody
a
in the
busy
accounting world.
time, exactly. And so I just felt like if we had a better personal relationship with our clients, that they didn't have to worry about the nickel and the diming of the hourly rate, then we would have a better outcome.
Right. So how do you suppose that you had such success and so many people wanted to go with you? Was it the great relationships that you built?
It was the relationships. It was the fact that they had my cell and they would call me and I would answer and they could call me at any time. I knew when their kids were getting married. I knew them. As I was talking to another CPA, I said, we're in the trenches with these people. If they're having cash flow issues, they're not going to talk to their CPA. They're going to come talk to the bookkeeper, find out what's going on and what's happening and how can we change things. Just having those conversations.
You're such into the numbers of things. It would seem to me that the relationship side of it would be a difficult thing to start because you get into the numbers. Is that just a personal skill of yours that you just connect with people?
Um, yes and no.
Okay.
So I have some clients who like, oh no, she's back. I don't really want to talk to you because they know what's going on and they just don't need anybody to point it out to them.
Sure.
So then you've got to take the soft approach. Yes, this is what's happening. Wasn't a great month. You know what happened. Let's not do it again this month. Let's see if we can fix the problem. And so you try to be very positive because it's like, rubbing a dog's nose in it.
Right.
You just got to be positive with them.
Where'd you learn that?
Probably my dad.
Okay.
My dad was really good about not playing the blame game and just going, okay, you screwed up. Don't do it again.
So what's an ideal client look like for you?
Good question. I like a client that trusts us, that, we're not trying to hurt you. We're not trying to steal. We're trying to get you where you need to be. So that trust is very important. And a client that gives us all the information up front, that we're not having to pull it out of them. But we have to ask very intrusive questions.
Right.
And it's not that I'm trying to be nosy. I am nosy, but not trying to be nosy.
At least you admit it.
But, we've got to know. Because if we don't have the answer, they're going to have to tell their CPA. And it's a lot easier if we just lay it all out there in the very beginning.
Do you specialize or is any business potentially a client for what you've got at EBS?
I do not have a niche.
Okay.
I would like to get more into creating, like I have teams in my office. So, one person does all of the medical, somebody does all the real estate people.
Right.
So in that sense that we have kind of created those niches in the business.
How big has your team grown in 17 years?
Well, we've gone up and down. We're at 10 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best part about, let me flip that. What's the most challenging part about going out on your own and building a business?
Uncertainty.
Okay.
You never know. And, I always like to say you make as much money as you try by working, and you don't get any time off because you're always in the building mode, always in the building mode, always in the building mode. The last probably 3 years, I've been able to like take a break and vacation, whereas it's taken me a long time to get comfortable. Yeah.
And what's the most rewarding part of being on your own?
Having my daughter come work for me, because then she's able to have a lifestyle with our granddaughter.
Right.
And give her that opportunity that I really didn't have because I was building the business, and she's able to enjoy that with her baby.
Yeah. All right. Now on Finding Your Frequency, we have 3 questions for you.
Okay.
Give me a life-defining moment for Dawn.
Oh gosh. Probably when I had my granddaughter 3 years ago.
Okay.
It turned me on my head, and I had to stop and start taking time. And I spent the last 3 years more time off than I have in the last 17.
So the last 17, you've been on your own.
Mm-hmm.
What's an obstacle that you had to overcome, and how'd you do it?
Perception. So uh, I was a young woman, and I don't have the three letters behind my name. And so there was a perception that I didn't know what I was talking about,
Okay.
even though I don't think I had any clients that weren't a referral from a CPA. And they would say, she knows what she's doing, but it would take them a while. But it's changing a little bit now. And
Yeah.
so a lot of people, because I've been in business for 17 years, they the trust easier.
And a life motto that you live by, or a tip for success that you can share with someone who might be thinking about doing what you did, which is taking the leap.
People over process,
Okay.
because you can alter and change your process. You really can't alter and change people. So you have to meet them where they are.
Where can people find you if they are in need of your services and they feel connected to you?
We have an office in Orange Park,
Okay.
on Park Avenue.
Fantastic. Website?
Yes, we have a website, essentialbookkeepingsolutions.com.
essentialbookkeepingsolutions.com. And we'll put all of that in our show notes. Thanks so much, Dawn, for coming in and sharing the story.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations and continued success, and enjoy working with your daughter.
Thank you.
Maybe your
you.
granddaughter will be a third generation in the business
She
someday.
loves numbers.
There you go. That's a good thing for a young kid to have.
Thank
All right,
you.
that'll do it.
Okay.
We'll see you next time here on Finding Your Frequency.